Hello, it's Lisa Dante again, licensed mental health counselor in the state of Florida, coming to you from a very warm, sunny day in Central Florida. Um, Parking lot outside of the office building where I work. And I wanted to continue our conversations that I started last week. And also wanted to let you guys know that I don't always start these conversations with an end point in mind. I'm sort of using these opportunities to chat as my own personal, not journal, but explorations of thoughts that I've been having, and use these conversations with you to flesh out more fully some of the thoughts that I've been having. So today I wanted to start on the topic of opening up, because our governor here in the state of Florida has decided to start opening up the state for business again during this time of pandemic and transition, and people are trying to sort out how to open up again, open up for business, and to return to business as usual when everybody, I think, is of the mind that it won't be business as usual. It's business as different. Um, but everybody wants it to open up because there are a lot of small businesses that have been struggling, a lot of family businesses that really need some help and support to get back on their feet financially. And we want to be supportive of those endeavors. And we want to be safe and secure and take care of ourselves and our families too. So, how do we go about opening up wisely and judiciously? How do we do that? Okay, so that's one topic. And if you take that topic of, I have to move out of the sun. If you take that idea of opening up and apply it to relationships, opening up when you're afraid, opening up when that means being vulnerable, opening up when you could get hurt, because that's what vulnerability is you're exposing that soft underbelly that you have, that we all have, to risk emotional pain. How do you open up when it's terrifying? Well, you open up when the risk of reward outweighs the risk of pain, or when you know that you have to in order to move forward. In the case of this pandemic situation, at some point the world will have to open back up for business again, perhaps in a different kind of way, but it will have to open back up. And for those of us in relationships with others, we have to open up at some point. We can make that choice to do it today, or we can make that choice to do it 20 years from now. I guess truly we could choose not to open up and go to our graves closed off and impervious to intimacy, because true intimacy requires a level of vulnerability in opening up that is terrifying when we're risking. In the beginning of a relationship, that risk is exhilarating. When you've been in a relationship for a longer period of time and there have been hurts that have accumulated, then risking vulnerability is scary, because opening up means that you could be wounded yet again. So what do? Do you risk it, or do you close yourself off? For those of us on a spiritual path that desire to grow and to learn, even when it's hard, we have to go to the place of risk again, wisely. How do you risk wisely? Those two don't really go together. You risk wisely by being mindful and fully aware of what's going on with you in the moment when you're speaking, okay? When we are letting that emotional train run loose on the tracks and quickly derail. We're not usually very mindful. And we're not risking, we're verbally vomiting on whoever's around us. And so risking vulnerability wisely is being fully present in the here and now, being checked in with yourself, being honest about what you're feeling when you're feeling it, being respectful to the other person and their experience when they're having it, being able to empathize with their experience, because empathy doesn't require agreeing with their position. It doesn't. Empathy requires you being able to put yourself in the other person's shoes to come to a place of understanding how they would feel the way that they feel, and respecting that and speaking to them from that place of respect. That's what it means. It means also listening to them from that place of respect, which I have often been personally challenged with. Being able to listen when I am like wounded. That's hard for me. I don't want to listen. No, I don't want to hear your point of view because I'm hurting and my hurting matters more than what you have to say, truthfully. Until I get to the other side of the hurt, and then I'm able to hear. And I've seen that it's not just me that feels that way, it's most of us. And then when we calm down, we're better able to hear the other person's point of view. And again, it doesn't always mean that we agree, but we're able to listen with love to better understand their position and where they're coming from. And when we're able to understand where they're coming from, that's when we're usually able to create and build more intimacy and come to a better understanding of our own issues that get in the way of the intimacy in the first place. Opening up starts with little conversations, starts with small pieces, tiny baby steps to getting closer, so that we come to understanding of one another and moving forward. Opening up. Opening up in transition, super scary. Super scary. And the natural inclination is to stay guarded, and wary, and to keep people at arm's length. And in relationships, when it comes to intimacy, opening up does mean being vulnerable. It does. And you might get hurt, and you might be misunderstood, and your motives might be questioned. And if you're going to build or rebuild a relationship, it's something that you have to do for yourself. For yourself. You have to do it. And so, my friends, I'm going to encourage you during this time of transition to practice opening up with your loved ones about your real thoughts and your real feelings and what's going on with you. Practice it. But more than that, practice. Oh, hello, my crow friend. See? They're saying hello back. Practice. Not just opening up by sharing and talking about your thoughts and feelings. Practice opening up through listening. Practice opening up by listening and really hearing the people around you. I'm going to encourage you to have a conversation with the people that you love. Ask questions and listen. My crow friends, say hello, good afternoon, happy Monday in May. May the 4th be with you. Yeah, I know that's corny. Take care, guys. See you soon.